to come in and be to start first. I don't know if congratulations are in order, maybe not for the draw, but these were one of the two higher echelon teams in the group. But it wasn't so much the point for me, this is what I'd like your opinion on. The way that Scotland, frankly, without losing a wicket, really dominated what there was of the game. What's the feeling in the dressing room at the moment? Not so much about the point, but how well you're represented.
I think we can take confidence from the start that we've had. Obviously, George and I had a good partnership out there, and we knew the challenges we were going to face. The pace that England have through Mark Wood and Archer in particular. So it was all about trying to combat that. But I think we take confidence from the start that we've had, but also, sort of match that with some frustrations, knowing that, if the game is going to be restricted, particularly to, 5, 6, whatever, how many of us it was going to be restricted to, we had a really good chance of winning that game, I think. So, I think possibly if you asked us before the game, do you want a point from this game? We might well have taken it, but, taking on England and being in that position, it's actually really frustrating knowing that we had a really good chance there of winning the game. But yeah, the rain beat us, so there you go.
I have a question about, I think there's some curiosity in the press box about that last over where you didn't seem to go that mental. And was there a situation where you thought if we don't lose a wicket, that might be more advantageous in setting them a target and thrashing the ball and risking it?
No, I think I was just struggling to hit it to be honest. Well, we spoke about it a little bit before we went back out, knowing that if we were none down or one down at the end, then we would get runs added onto our total. So possibly it was in our minds, but more so at the back of our mind. I think at the front of our mind was just trying to clear the ropes, as much as we could.
Can I ask you about the shot off CJ where you smashed a solar panel and landed it in the car park?
Yeah, just sort of put my head down and swung, to be honest with you, and connected, so that was lucky. It's pretty cool to be fair.
Can I ask as well, when you were off for the rain delay, a few of the lads came out and were throwing the ball around as though you were going to be happy with 6.2 overs, and given the forecast, maybe you guys wanted to get them in for 5 and see how your luck was.
Yeah, if that's sort of how we were going to finish the game, then definitely, yeah. I think it was probably, the game was more in our favour if the game was going to be shorter, arguably. So, yeah, definitely, if it meant that the game was only going to be 6 overs, then we probably would have happily gone out to field, knowing that, I don't know how many the total would have been, but, we would have been in a strong position, to say the least.
So that being said, with the forecast of the sky looking pretty dark overhead, was there a mistake made in sending you guys out to finish 10 overs when it looked like there was very little cricket left? The decision's not really up to us, to be fair. We just sort of do what we're told. I was told I had 3 overs to bat or whatever. So, in hindsight, it would have been nice to have got a game in any way. But, those the cards that were dealt to us in a way. So, obviously, pleasing performance, but it would have been nice to have, sort of had a bowl. And Matthew Mott said with the wet ball and the limited time, he fancied 109 looked well within their grasp. Was the view in your dressing room that the game was well within your grasp?
Definitely, yeah. We felt confident, yeah. Which is why it's so frustrating, obviously, that we didn't get to finish the game. I think Scotland have been done by the rain a few times now at a big tournament, so it's obviously really frustrating. Obviously, Matthew Mott thinks they were confident, we think we were confident, so it probably would have been a really good game, for the spectator, and yeah, we felt we were in a strong position.
Another one, if you like. We've got Namibia to come, Oman to come here next, and they're not a bad side, but you must be very confident. Have you thought ahead to halfway through this that the league table will look quite good, and you've maybe one win away from qualifying, or is that maybe a next game as it comes kind of cliche, or the mind wandering that qualification is within our grasp?
I think, having played this game, not to look too far ahead, but I think everyone would be thinking about qualifying, before the start of the tournament, let alone now. But I think the cliche still goes that we take it one game at a time, and we've played Namibia before and lost, and we played Namibia before and won. So we've got a job to do in that game, and we'll take it as seriously as every game, and we'll look to get another victory on the board, and then we'll reassess again where we are, and yeah, hopefully it's 2 points for Scotland.
Pitch on Sunday here was a little slow and low. How did you find it today?
I thought it was a good wicket.
the odd ball misbehaved a little bit. Kept a little bit low, but apart from that, I think it was a good wicket. The seamers, had good pace up front, and then the spinners, there was a little bit of turn, but I think it was a good wicket.
When I'm on your lead, Bangladesh and go home in the World Cup match. When in 22, it did it to singles. Today, you're in a good position to continue that trend. After some point, you're in that out.
Yeah, like I say, it's really frustrating, to be fair. I think it would have been a really, really close game. But knowing the position that we were in, you got to feel like we had a really, really good chance of winning that game. Regardless of all the talent and the superstars they've got in the England side, we also have very good bowlers, and we're a really good team. So it's pretty annoying.
I was just going to ask, but you're really talk about it.
Thank you.
Shots off Jofra, but also that some great shots off Rashid is the last thing you've actually really prefer to get a save the most.
Off Rashid, probably the 6 I hit straight, to be fair. I think that the chat that we had before the game was, how we're going to deal with Rashid and stuff. And the comment I made was that he's probably not going to miss full. He's obviously a very, very skillful bowler. So it might be off the back foot that we get him away. And lo and behold, he served me up a full half volley first ball, which I managed to get away, luckily. So, maybe it wasn't the initial plan, but that's probably the shot that I would go and watch back. Yeah.
Can I just check as well? You were pretty late arrival here, weren't you? Like in terms of a lot of teams talk about acclimatisation, getting ready. You were batting at 7th for Durham about 6 days ago.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. It was an interesting journey. I had playing I think the Friday night for Durham, and then up at 3:30 in the morning or something to get a taxi to the airport, to fly to Heathrow, and then Heathrow to Bridgetown, and then straight into training the next day. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind, to be fair, and it's all happened really fast. And I was obviously batting in a different position for Durham. But I do also love to open the batting, and I kind of knew that might be my role coming into the Scotland side, and I had that in mind before coming here. So I suppose it was about getting used to conditions, obviously as fast as I could. But obviously just pleased to be here now and happy with the start, I suppose.
Yes. Good. Thank you very much. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.